Hey my little panda cubs, so first, happy Pride Month! Be gay, do pride. I hope you all have a wonderful month. Be sure to keep yourselves safe, but if it's possible for you, use this month as an opportunity to be yourself and be happy, alright? And speaking of being safe and being yourself, I'd just like to talk about family for a little while. When I came out to my parents, they disowned me. I told them that I was trans, and they disowned me. They stopped talking to me, and my mum cut me off completely at the worst possible time because of my mental health issues. Before transitioning, I'd lost a job, so I was jobless. So I was already living in poverty, and my only lifeline really was my mum sending me some occasional food money. Not anymore. She literally, and she knew what it would do to me. She knew I'd suffer. She cut me off, and I starved for almost 2 years. She left me starving half to death. It's not so bad this year, because this year I've had so many kind people take care of me. And last year, if it wasn't for my friend Matthew, and I think I would have starved to death last year if it wasn't for Matthew. I was going 3 or 4 days a week without food, just because I told my parents that I'm transitioning. It's horrible. But anyway, that's what my parents did to me. A couple of months ago, she asked if I'd been groomed by the trans community. Oh, I don't understand why you're like this now. Do you think you've been groomed? That's not how it works. And maybe if she paid more attention to me in my childhood, she'd know it was always there. But of course, when my stepdad was beating the shit out of me for not being masculine enough, she turned the other cheek and ignored it. She even claimed that my mental health team were brainwashing me into thinking the abuse I suffered as a child is the reason I have borderline personality disorder. I'm like, Mum, that's literally how you get borderline personality disorder. I was beaten to shit by one parent and ignored and abandoned by the other. That's literally textbook how you get borderline personality disorder. But she won't have it because she refuses to accept her part in it. She hasn't really been my mum for many years in my mind. But anyway, family. I met a girl on a game called APB Reloaded many years ago, in 2015, 2016 maybe. I didn't know her very well, and I enjoyed playing APB with her and her partner, Motoko Hot and Naomi Hot. For some reason I just thought they were cool to hang out with and play the game with. And once my masculinity broke, I sort of vanished off the face of the earth for a few years, because I was dealing with my inner demon. I was lonely. I was really lonely and isolated. At this point I'd been isolated for quite some years. I forgot how to socialize. I didn't know how to talk to people. And of course I had undiagnosed borderline personality disorder then too. So I just didn't know how to make friends. I was a nervous wreck. And guess who I got back into contact with? Motoko. Me and Motoko talked. I told her how I'm transitioning, and she was so supportive from day one. And she didn't judge me, and she didn't mind how weird I was, and she'd guide me, and if I was wrong about something she'd tell me, but not dislike me or judge me for being wrong. She sort of wanted to teach me rather than reprimand me. She became my mummy in every sense of the word, and she really is. I consider her my real mother these days. She's been there for me and done more for me in this past year than my birth mom has done for me in my entire life. My Mommy Motoko, she's largely to thank for how stable and positive I am these days, because I have a family now. It feels like I have a real family, I have a real mommy, and she lets me be myself. I'm kind of emotionally and mentally and socially backwards and stunted, if that makes sense. She lets me be my inner child. She lets me have what I didn't have when I was a child, and you know, she doesn't think I'm weird for it. She actually encourages and supports and nurtures it, and it makes me feel safe and happy. How can you tell the line between friend and family? If I fall out with a friend, I fall out with a friend. I have BPD. I'm not likely to forgive that, depending on what we fall out over. But friends, you can fall out with friends, often permanently and quite easily. Now me and Mummy have fallen out a couple of times, and most prominently in December. We actually didn't talk for a couple of weeks. We fell out that bad. She still loved me. She still genuinely loved me and wanted the best for me. And when I was in crisis, she actually called the police to check on me, a wellness check, even though we had a really brutal fallout, and still loved me. And when I needed her, she was still there. Now that's family. Anyway, sorry for rambling. I just wanted to get this off my chest. If your family, blood family, isn't supportive or disowns you, just keep in mind you can always make your own family. And join the Discord below, and at the very least you'll know that you've got a big sis, if you know, if you want one. Happy belated birthday, Mummy. I love you. Thank you very much for giving me a family and being there for me and being the mother that I deserved but never had until you. You'll always be my mummy. Zippity.